It's the most expensive and unstoppable fighter on Earth. But the F-35 didn't start this way. Born as a jack-of-all-trades and doubted by many, it faced years of failures before becoming the backbone of America's air power. Today, it ensures the U.S. can strike anywhere, anytime. But how did a jet once mocked for delays become a 1.7 trillion symbol of dominance? The story begins in the early 1990s when the Pentagon launched a bold dream, one plane for all. A single fighter that could replace the Air Force's F-16s, the Navy's F/A-18s, and the Marines' Harriers. It was called the Joint Strike Fighter program, meant to merge stealth, power, and affordability. That last word would become both its promise and its biggest curse. The roots go deeper, back to the 1980s, when DARPA worked on vertical takeoff tech to replace the Harrier. The Air Force wanted a stealthy strike jet, the Navy a carrier warrior. 3 visions, 3 branches, one massive bill. Then came the collapse of the Soviet Union, and America's defense budget imploded. So Washington did the unthinkable. It merged all those projects into one, the Joint Advanced Strike Technology Program. It was part genius, part madness. Building one aircraft to do it all was nearly impossible, but it would change military aviation forever. Welcome back, Skyjet Wings. By the mid-1990s, the Soviet threat had faded. The Air Force eased the F-16's missions, extending its life, and giving time to shape a new fighter, the F-35. No longer just a replacement, it would complement older jets, bringing stealth, data, and precision into one machine. 3 versions took form: F-35A for runways, F-35B for vertical landings, and F-35C for carrier decks. In 1997, Boeing's X-32 faced Lockheed's X-35. After intense trials, Lockheed won in 2001. Its jet proving faster, simpler, and smarter. It was named the F-35, reportedly after a slip of the tongue at its unveiling. But this fighter wasn't built to dogfight like the F-16. It was built to see, through revolutionary sensor fusion, combining radar, cameras, and threat data into one clear picture. For the first time, a pilot didn't just fly the jet, he became part of it. Friends, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Skyjet Wings. The F-35's real weapon wasn't its missiles, it was its brain. At the heart of the jet lies sensor fusion, a system that turns raw data into battlefield dominance. It pulls information from the AN/APG-81 ASA radar, tracking multiple targets over 185 kilometers, while infrared sensors spot heat from aircraft, missiles, or vehicles, even through clouds or darkness. Its electronic warfare suite adds another layer, detecting enemy radars and communications. And it doesn't stop there. Every F-35 can share this picture with others through advanced data links, forming a live digital web of awareness. An internet of fighter jets. All this tech was wrapped inside a stealth shell. The F-35 wasn't the sharp-edged ghost like the F-22. It was broader, built for multi-role versatility. Its design traded perfection in stealth for flexibility, internal bays for bombs and missiles, and a body that could adapt to any mission. Some critics argue it's not truly stealth, but it's stealthy enough, and it can still hit hard. But power comes at a price, a massive one. The program that began at $233 billion spiraled out of control. By 2010, it had doubled to $485 billion, and over time ballooned past $1.7 trillion, the most expensive weapons project in human history. Each jet cost over $100 million, and the Pentagon planned to keep them flying for 77 years. And the cost wasn't just money, it was reliability. Early jets were plagued with software crashes and helmet malfunctions so bad, pilots got dizzy mid-flight. The advanced helmet that promised X-ray vision often glitched, forcing them back to old-school instruments. Sometimes they even had to reboot the entire jet mid-air. The F-35B, built for vertical takeoff, nearly got canceled after its lift fan system made it dangerously heavy. In 2011, it was put on a 2-year probation. One more major flaw, and the program was done. The dream of an all-in-one fighter was hanging by a thread. Billions spent, deadlines missed, confidence shaken. But behind the chaos, the future of air combat was still being born. Building the F-35 wasn't easy. Its supply chain stretched across 300 companies in 11 countries, making production nearly impossible to control. Even its stealth coating was fragile. A single wrench mark could ground a jet for weeks. Quality issues piled up, defects caused delivery delays, and in 2025, a system failure crash nearly derailed the program. But in the mid-2010s, everything changed. After years of fixes, the F-35A finally reached combat readiness in 2016, and a year later, it shocked the world at Red Flag 2017, achieving an incredible 20-to-1 kill ratio. It wasn't just winning dogfights, it was rewriting air combat. The F-35 acted as a quarterback in the sky, guiding older jets, spotting hidden threats, and controlling the battle with unseen precision. Even when unarmed, its data alone could turn the tide. By 2019, F-35s were in real combat, striking ISIS tunnels in Iraq with flawless accuracy. Marine F-35Bs hit targets invisible to radar, earning the nickname Cool Birds. And by 2024, the Navy's F-35Cs carried out pinpoint strikes in Yemen, proving the jet had evolved from a troubled project into the centerpiece of modern air warfare. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, Skyjet Wings. By the mid-2020s, the F-35 had done what many thought impossible. One jet, 3 variants, one global success. It didn't just fly, it redefined how America projects power. No longer just a fighter, the F-35 became a networked command center, the core of a new U.S. strategy built on shared intelligence and allied coordination. Today, 19 nations fly the F-35, linking their air forces through real-time data. With over 1,200 aircraft operating from 50 bases and carriers worldwide, it forms the digital backbone of NATO's deterrence network. In the Pacific, the F-35 is the centerpiece of Washington's response to China's rise. Australia, Japan, South Korea, and Singapore all operate or have ordered fleets, each jet feeding into a single shared system. In Europe, by the 2030s, over 600 F-35s will cover NATO skies, creating overlapping shields that leave no gaps for Russia to exploit. The jet itself continues to evolve through its block upgrade program, a living design that upgrades instead of aging. The latest, Block 4, adds new weapons, sensors, and electronic warfare tools, though costs have risen by $6 billion and delays stretch to 2031. When complete, Block 4 will let the F-35 carry AGM-88G anti-radar missiles, Meteor air-to-air weapons, and even the Joint Strike Missile, jointly funded by Norway and Australia. Future upgrades may include hypersonic missiles and laser weapons, transforming the F-35 from a fighter jet into a true multi-domain platform. From a troubled prototype to the nervous system of global air power, the F-35 hasn't just changed warfare, it's changed how the world fights wars. By 2024, cracks began to show again in the F-35's ambitious timeline. Aircraft deliveries were delayed by an average of 238 days, almost 4 times longer than the year before. The culprit? The long-awaited Technology Refresh 3, a hardware and software overhaul tied to the Block 4 upgrade. Each delay revealed just how difficult it is to modernize a fighter jet that's already pushing the edge of what's technologically possible. Yet, despite these production struggles, the F-35 program never stopped moving forward. By March 2025, it had crossed 1 million flight hours, trained over 3,000 pilots and 19,000 maintainers, and established itself as the most widely deployed fifth-generation jet on Earth. The F-35 story proved something profound. Modern air superiority isn't just about speed or agility anymore. It's about information dominance, seeing the enemy before being seen and reacting before they can even think. In that mission, the F-35 has succeeded beyond expectation. War games have shown it's one of the few fighters capable of holding its ground in a full-scale conflict with China, a critical asset in any Taiwan scenario. And beyond combat, it's become a diplomatic weapon, linking 19 nations under a shared shield of US-led air power. It ensures NATO unity, upgrades allied fleets, and ties nations closer through shared defense technology. Even as sixth-generation fighters like the F-47 inch closer to reality, the F-35's influence isn't fading, it's evolving. Each new software update refines it. Each mission cements it further as the quarterback of American air dominance. From a troubled dream to the backbone of global air power, the F-35 has proven one undeniable truth. Innovation is expensive, painful, and messy, but when it works, it changes the world. The F-35 has survived every challenge, except one mystery that left the world stunned. How did an F-35 vanish without a trace? Watch How Did an F-35 Fighter Jet Vanish? And discover the untold story behind its disappearance.